So here I am, I'm like, how did I get in here? I can't believe the key works. Like, they just let me walk around this radio station. I just wanted to critique. Sure enough, they're like, hey, oh, you're on at midnight. The door opens, the key works. Yeah, here's the latest liners. All right, great, I'll read the liners. I hit the button. The button had a little seg tone on it that would start the next song. Rockin' America. And as it starts to say the call letters, I'm like, I better let the Mini-Mation seg this song. I literally do this with the microphone open. Rockin' America. I have the card in front of my eyes, 100. I open up my eyes and I'm staring at the card. We're giving away a brand new 1984 Corvette. I'm like thinking to myself, okay, that's pretty good, as I'm saying it. Get your Z100 degree super sticker at participating Wendy's and get set to wave and win. I'm like, all right, as I'm saying it, I'm thinking to myself, okay, that sounds pretty good. I'm in control here. Feeling confident, feeling pretty cool. It's 12:08. I'm then Pat Phillips, and we're still commercial free. I'm like, God damn. Did I just say commercial? Broke the mic. Did I just say commercial free? That was it. I bombed. I was awful. My knees buckled. I lost the job. I crashed. I was like, this was too much too soon. At that point right there, I said to myself, I will be determined. I will have the determination and the will and the intensity to focus on what my desired outcome will be, and I will get back and hire that place. And I gave myself a timeline to get back to that place. Who are the people who want to get into radio today? Anybody in this room? Yeah. Shannon. Hello. Big old Sirius XM intern right there. Zito, I'm not signing your waiver, don't record. I don't want to totally bore anybody else anymore. Some crazy thoughts for some of the folks here who are going to graduate, perhaps get into the swinging world of radio. Pardon me, I'm going to have a drink myself. Some thoughts, you know, for folks who are potentially getting into it. Shannon, are you? Willie? Excellent. I think it'd be great, by the way. Go where you're loved. It sounds ridiculous, but I've always said, go to radio stations that love you. Go to radio stations that appreciate you, where you can be, you know, appreciated by the management. Go to places where the town will embrace you. Come to like a Syracuse. I remember being at Z100, and like I'd be like on an appearance, and they'd go, "Yo, Zoo, you got a shirt?" I'd be like, "No." "Fuck you then." You know, before that station, I worked up at KSE in Buffalo, and yeah, and I'd be in Buffalo, and people would come up and I'd go, "I'm sorry, you know, I don't have any shirts. I ran out." And they go, "Oh no, we just came to see you." That was really weird. Really nice folks. So go where the management loves you. Go where the town will love you. When you get a job, show up on time. I'm not kidding. Don't show up drunk. Not kidding. Don't show up with an underage girlfriend or boyfriend in tow. I'm not kidding. I'm not that bright. I'm really not. But like, I showed up on time. I wasn't drunk. My boss said, "Hey, do this." I'm like, "You got it, boss." You know, done. Whatever you need. So I pretty much progressed through the radio ranks that way. You know, we need a music director. Well, that guy's here. He's always on time. He's never drunk. He always does what we ask him to do. He doesn't have an illegal girlfriend or boyfriend in tow. Give him the APD job. Give him the music director job. That's how I kept getting promoted. I'm not kidding. More radio stuff. Never walk into a restaurant when you're working at a radio station. Loud and obnoxious, discussing radio business. I share this with Rich Davis all the time. By the way, I have a little bet with Rich, because I always challenge Rich and the rest of the crew at Hits One and the rest of the stations that I oversee to be different and unique. I'm challenging Rich. I keep saying ponytails are coming back on guys. But you're wrong, because outside of the campus, ponytails never left. Did you look around? I'm wrong too. Anyway, never walk into a restaurant discussing station business, okay? Because I remember being in Richmond, Virginia. Was the first time we were signing on a brand new radio station that was never on the air before. It was going up against the mighty WRVQ. Come on, you know it, say it.
WRVQ Richmond.
Ravishing Rick Wright. And we hadn't been on the air yet, so we decided that we're going to quietly, debut the radio station. I'm in Mechanicsville, Virginia. I just happened to find out where the PD of the radio station that we were going to be competing against happened to live, which was in Mechanicsville, Virginia. We had happened to find out, where he might be eating and stuff like that. So we're in the restaurant having pizza, and of course, in walks the PD of our competition, not knowing we're about to sign on a radio station with his then APD. Boisterous, obnoxious, really annoying. I'm sorry, what's that?
No, nothing.
Oh. Anyway, he starts rattling off the promotional events for the radio station. And I'm sitting behind him with a brand new station that's about to sign on that he doesn't know about, writing everything out feverishly. So don't ever do that. Happened to me again in Scranton. Is Ralphie Aversa here? That's true. If he weren't here, he would have hit me up already with one of his air checks. I should have known he wasn't here. We'll all be working for him one day. So I'm at WBHT. It went from Susquehanna to Citadel. It was about to be flipped again. No, it went from Susquehanna to Telemedia, about to go to Citadel. So here we are. I'm sitting at the only sushi restaurant in Scranton. There's only one, by the way. And in walks the then president of Citadel with his. This is 1994, and he's got his bag phone with him that looked like, back then it looked like you would carry human body parts in them, to the hospital for donor parts. Yeah, I'm in the market now. He's at the counter. Yeah, I'm listening to the cluster. That magic station, we're gonna blow that up. He's talking about our AC station. He's talking about, I'm thinking, okay, shh, listen, quiet. What's his name? Let's listen. And he's literally loudly and obnoxiously going over the game plan, this is true, of what he was going to do to the cluster. And then he gets to the station I'm programming at the time. Yeah, we're going to change that name. We're going to call that Mega. I'm like, fuck that, you're not calling it Mega. So as he's saying these things, we're going to blow up that station, we're going to change this station, we're going to take the top 40 station. I did hear him say that we're going to simulcast it on a different frequency, which made me happy. But then he said we're going to call it Mega. I'm like, Mega? No, I'm not changing that. So what I did when I heard that was I went home and started writing down notes as to why it shouldn't be called Mega. So when he walked in, I'm like, yeah, so listen, what do you think? You're going to change the station name? What do you think you might change it to? Oh, Mega. Well, let me explain why you shouldn't do that. And I got him to at least keep it at Hot 97 right at that point, which is what it was called. When I left, they flipped it to WBHT, but at least it was never called Mega, which would have been ridiculous. All right, I'm going to wrap up because I can tell Steve's bored. Oh, we do. We got to go. Sorry. All right. Well, I got to go. So let me move along. A couple of things I also want to share. Be liked. Rule number 1. Rule number 2. Be liked. Rule number 3. Refer to rules 1 and 2. Be liked. When you're on the air, be liked. When you're off the air with the management folks, be liked. The company you're working for, be liked. Be outstanding. Make them laugh, make them cry, poke them in the eye, get them to notice you. Be outstanding when you're a performer, as an air talent, as a program director, as anything else that you're doing, stand-up comedian, right?